Hey guys, I've just got a few minutes here. I wanted to pop on real quick and share something with you. Driving from California to here, went down the Pacific coast. I think I talked about that already, but I went through Arizona and a little bit of, or New Mexico, a little bit of Texas, Oklahoma, and into Arkansas. Took a beautiful hike in Arkansas yesterday. It was gorgeous. Nice long hike with Bonnie. And so I'm using my cousin, my sweet cousin, home as like a little bit of a base. I've got someone to see here today, and then I'm going to go the other direction, a little bit further south, and visit another friend, and then stay with my girlfriends for the weekend. But so the friend I'm meeting today, I met in nursing school. We became friends, and we've kept in touch through the years, but she's had 2 little girls in the meantime, so I'm excited to meet them. But it was going to nursing school and reflecting on that time that made me want to pop on and share with you a little bit. So my family dynamics growing up, we were not a June Cleaver kind of family. We were very much volatile. There was a lot of drama. There was fighting. You could say it's because my parents were deaf, but it's more so that the childhood that my parents had, particularly my mother's family, the last few years our aunts have shared with me and my sister the family dynamics that they grew up in. And so it's explained so much about how my mom raised us. And so it's not horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it was certainly different. She certainly encouraged us to not get along, which was puzzling to me, but that's how their family was. That's how she grew up and understood it. And so as we grew up and we're in our 20s and into our 30s, raising our families, the siblings still had a lot of drama. And I was seen as a powerhouse and angry all the time and fighting, and in the middle of the drama, if something was going on between 2 siblings, one of them would call me and then I would get involved. So it wasn't a healthy thing. It was pretty toxic. But so I went from, let me back up a little bit. I went from my family home into my first husband, family, because we married very young, and we ran a family business, and we had a yard there and got to raise our kids there. So it was a perfect setup. We had a swing set and toys. It was a great time for us to be, or a great way for us to be raising our children and having our family. So it was like one pod to the next, and we really didn't socialize much. We met some friends, as our kids went to school, but it's because we were in the family business. We really didn't meet people. And when I started going to nursing school, I started meeting people, and I felt like I was different, but I didn't understand it myself. And then people kept saying things to me like, oh, you're so nice, or you're this, or you're so sweet, or whatever. And I remember feeling confused, and I felt confused because in my family dynamics, I had been convinced I was someone else, and I believed it. And so I audibly, verbally, and very consciously said to myself, what am I doing to fool these people? Because I didn't know. I didn't understand what it was all about. So anyway, I even was told by an uncle. He said to me, you're nice to everyone but your family. And I thought, I don't want to be that way. So I actually distanced myself from my family for a while and did a lot of work. And in this time is when I started growing spiritually as well, reaching for my Father to guide me and figure out who I was. Going through some stuff with my first marriage too. We were trying to figure out where and how, or if we belonged together anymore. So there was a lot of things going on at this time in my life. So in this time of growth and reflection and trying to figure out who I was, I realized I didn't like the drama. I didn't like the fighting, the confrontation, and I was in it. That's where I was, and I didn't like it. And then in this time doing this work, I went back to my childhood memory of my dad was a printer by trade, and he used to print like the cards, the wrestling cards for the wrestlers that would come to Odessa. We lived in Midland, and these were big names like Gorgeous George, Ivan Putski, Andre the Giant, Terry Funk. So they were big names in the day. And so my dad got free tickets. He'd get 4 tickets, and there were 7 of us. So he would take turns taking 2 of the kids with he and my mom. And you always wanted to go. I always wanted to go because we were not poor, but we didn't have much money. And I always wanted to get a soda, because we get a soda or we get popcorn. So it was a fun thing to do. It was something you got to do. So I would go. But when the fighting started, I always went to the bathroom, sat on the toilet, and covered my ears because I didn't want to hear the fighting. I didn't want to know about the fighting. So I truly feel like I was put on the planet as someone who doesn't like to fight, who doesn't like confrontation, and got sidetracked. I was redefined by my family, and it's fine because I feel like it's such a way to grow and learn about who you are that I love it. I embrace all of it. I don't like the person I was then, but it's okay. You know, I learned a lot being that person. It helps me understand other people who are in that same situation. So I won't ever regret that I was not such a nice person in those days. But so the person I am now is it's a big grouping or an envelopment of so many things, and that's one of the things. But so in my prayers this morning, I was led to think about how much it means to me to know that I came from that, because it's humbling. It's humbling to know that we can be resilient out of anything. That during that time when I was trying to figure out who I was, it was God who was leading me and telling me, you are this person. This is who I made you to be. So a lot of times I think we can be sent to the earth one way, and we're taught that we're somebody else because of family or circumstances, and then we come back to who we really were, who we were really meant to be. But I think that's all part of the learning process, because like I said, it helps me to understand other people who have gone through this, who have gone through hard times and that aren't so nice, that they are still not so nice. So it helps me to see past that mask of who they think they are and to try and find out who they are. And I've been so blessed so many times to have that happen in my life. So it's very humbling and special, and I am so blessed, so blessed. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I don't know if that's going to help anyone, but the Lord wanted me to put that out there to let you know that He loves you. He loves us all, and He misses us when we don't talk to Him, because He always wants to hear from us. Just like any of you who are parents, it's always so nice to hear from your children, and God is the same way. He wants to hear from us, and He wants you to lean on Him today if you need Him. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll talk to you soon. Can't wait to go see my girlfriend. Love you guys. Have a blessed day.